Banana nut bread. First, we start by peeling the bananas. This recipe works best when we use overripe bananas, and it's great during quarantine. Next, we're going to mash the bananas using a fork. In the cream bowl, we're going to mix the dry ingredients together. We use 2 cups of whole wheat flour, or any flour you have at home, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a dash of nutmeg. Next, we're going to crack the eggs in a separate bowl so that we don't get any shells in our mixture. Next, we use 1/2 cup of oil, coconut oil, butter, or whatever you have on hand. It's best to work with room temperature. For this step, it could be just the egg and sugar mixture together and then the butter or oil. But I changed it up because, as you can see, the oil at room temperature was a little bit solid since it's cold. After we add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, we incorporate it well together with an electric hand mixer. Now we combine both wet mixtures together. This next step you can either skip or include it. We're using a 1/2 cup of walnuts, and we're going to mash it using a heavy cup, in this case a mason jar, and a bowl. Now we're going to grease the pan. I used a napkin and coconut oil. You can use any other method you like. Now we add the toppings, the chopped nuts, and if you desire to add cinnamon, like I did, and a little bit of sugar, that works. Now I'm combining wet and dry ingredients together. It's very important to remember not to overmix. The way you can tell if you overmix is when you don't see any flour left. Now we spoon the mixture into the pan, like so. This is not a cake, so it doesn't have to be perfectly flat, but we can flatten it down a little bit with the back of a spoon. Now I place it in the oven at 350 for anything between 15 to 45 minutes, depending on the oven you have. I used a kebab stick to see if it was done. If it comes out dry, it's done. Now, I flipped it over on a cooling rack. If you don't have a cooling rack, any kind of baking rack works as well. And if you don't have any, you can skip this step. This is the finished product. Now I'm going to slice using a bread knife and plate it.